Today we're going to go over how to install Magic Lantern onto your Canon 6D camera. You can install it to a variety of Canon cameras, but today we're going to specifically go over the Canon 6D. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to grab an SD card. Make sure this SD card is empty because we're going to be formatting everything on here and clearing everything that's on this SD card. So what you're going to want to do is take the SD card and plug it into your Canon camera. And then you're going to want to navigate to your menu and scroll over to where you see Format Card. Should be the first icon that has the little wrench icon on it. I hit Format Card, hit OK, and then let that format. Should be done, and we are good to go there. Pop the SD card out and plug it right back into your computer. Let's head on over to the Magic Lantern website. Should be magiclantern.fn. Link is also in the description. So now you're going to want to go to Downloads, Nightly Builds, 6D or whatever camera you're using. There's a variety of cameras, but in our case we're using the 6D, so we're going to click there. And now, very important, before you click download on this file, you want to make sure that you have the right firmware for Magic Lantern to work. So in this case, it's telling us we need to make sure we are running Canon Firmware 1.1.6. In order to find out if that is the correct firmware you currently have on your camera, you want to go into your camera settings. And under menu, you want to scroll all the way over to the fourth icon with the little wrench. You will see at the very bottom it says firmware version 1.1.9. If it says 1.1.6, you are good to go and you don't need to do this next step. But if it says something other than 1.1.6, here is what you're going to want to do. So first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find the correct firmware. A lot of times on the Magic Lantern website, you're going to be able to hit this link, and what that will do is that will automatically download the correct firmware for you. But for some reason, this link's broken for the 6D. I don't know if it's going to be broken for you, but for me, it's broken. So the workaround for that, you will have to search for it yourself. But luckily, I have a link in the description that's going to lead you to the correct firmware download. So once you hit that link, it's going to take us to driverscollection.com, and we have here Canon EOS 6D firmware version 1.1.6, which is exactly what we need. So we are going to scroll down and make sure not to hit any of those crazy little ads that say download. You want to hit this download button. And you want to then hit this download file, EOS 6D, and that's going to download the correct firmware onto your computer. Now we need to get that onto our camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up that file location. Wherever you downloaded that file, go there, and you want to click and extract the zip folder. After that, you want to open up the file and make sure you see this file here, this .fir. This is the file that we're going to download onto our camera. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to download this onto the SD card that we're then going to download onto the camera. All right, so let's first copy this file. And then let's pull up that SD card by going to this PC, and you'll usually find it, EOS_digital, whatever it may be. This is the SD card. So we're going to want to paste that right into the root folder. Don't paste it into any of these other two folders. Do not paste it into any of the two folders. So after you have that done, you can go ahead and close out and take the SD card out of your computer and put it into your camera. So in order to install the actual firmware 1.1.6 onto your camera, you're going to want to navigate back to your menu, and you want to click on that firmware version 1.1.9. After you select that, you're going to want to hit OK, and it's going to take a little bit to load, but after it's done loading, it's going to ask us to select the file that we drag and dropped onto the SD card. So we want to select that and hit OK. And now that's going to update the firmware to 1.1.6. This usually takes around 5 or so minutes to get done, but after those 5 minutes, I will show you what to do next. All right, now it says the update is complete. Just want to hit OK. And now we should see it says 1.1.6. So we are ready now to install Magic Lantern. Let's take the SD card out and switch over to the Magic Lantern website. Now we're able to download the Magic Lantern zip file. So now we do the same exact thing. We open up that file location and we unzip everything in there. And then we want to take all of those files that we unzipped, not just the .fir this time. We want to take all of them and we want to copy them. And same thing, we want to find that SD card. Oh, I don't even have the SD card plugged in. Make sure the SD card's plugged in the computer, obviously. We don't need this anymore, so we can delete that. And we can paste everything there. Cool. So now we can remove the SD card and put it right back into our camera. Cool. So that's not everything. We do the same process. We go to firmware version 1.1.6 now, and we update the firmware again. This time we're going to be updating to Magic Lantern. Give it a second. Don't hit anything, don't press anything, and you'll see it has installed. So now it's going to say, please restart your camera. So you just want to turn it off. Wait for a couple seconds until the screen goes completely black. Then you want to turn it back on. And there we have it. Magic Lantern is now installed. If you hit the trash can button, it is now installed onto your camera. You will be able to navigate all the different menus that you need. So, I hope this was helpful. If it was, be sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell. That would be great. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for watching.